Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back to Babeinlibrary. It's your girl Lisa, and today we're going to do a recent reads video. So honestly, I should have just had this be a Novellathon part 2 video. However, I did not vlog that experience, so you're going to get a delayed reaction to the books that I read for Novellathon. I went out of town that weekend. I did not bring my camera. I did not bring my microphone. I just wanted to enjoy the time with one of my best friends. And so I did not vlog the experience, but that makes no difference because the books still hit the same. That being said, I'm going to start with my favorite, and that is Heatstrokes by Kema B. This book was everything I needed. Like, I was on a slump. I had bad book after bad book. And then I was like, you know what? Let me try this new author and let me see how I feel about it. I read this for the pink cover prompt and I adored it. This is a strangers to lovers, kind of love at first sight type of book that had so much drama. Like, when I tell you it started out the book with a bang, like, it's a novella, so you only got so much time to give the reader what they need and keep their interest. This is the romance between Mo, whose real name is Simone, and Zion. So Mo is going to a bar and she's kind of drinking away her sorrows because she kind of just found out that her boyfriend of 2 years was sleeping with her cousin. And to make matters worse, her cousin has slept with all of her previous boyfriends. So pretty much she's had a crappy time. And she goes to the bar, is drinking away her sorrows, and Zion kind of peeps her and like, hey, who is this beautiful woman drinking alone? Let me pay for your drinks. He's already ahead of the game because he said, hey, I know you're down. I don't really want, you look like you've got enough problems. I don't want you to worry. I'm going to pay for your drinks. I want to put a smile on your face, and I don't want nothing from you. He didn't try to take her home at the end of the night. He didn't even get her phone number. He was like, you just look like you want somebody to be able to take a weight off your shoulders, and I'm the guy to do it. But Zion knows that he's like, hey, this is my woman, and this may not be the time, but I'm going to meet her again. And I specifically say that because he makes a line before she leaves the bar that said, hey, when we meet again, I'm coming for what's mine. Zion was a man after his own interest. He said, I'm not going to pressure you. I'm patient. I know fate has it in store for us. I'm going to let you take the time that you need because you're going through something. But when I see you again, baby girl, know that you're mine and I'm yours. And that's exactly how it went. Fate went and the cards were dealt. Zion is a male model, but he is breaking into the acting industry, and the chance comes around because Mo is a makeup artist and she is on the set and they needed a last minute artist to handle all of these male athletes and models and so on and so forth for this photo shoot. And it goes from there. When I tell you, I laughed so hysterically hard. And I mean, I think I went through every emotion. I was laughing by the comedic interest. I was ready to fight everyone for Mo. Like, I was ready to fight the boyfriend. I was ready to fight the cousin. I was ready to fight her mama. Like, everybody could have got those hands because sister girl did not deserve any of the foolishness that came her way. There was so much drama and so much laughter and so much love in the short amount of pages that I just had to give this a 5-star read. So I then also read Tentacles and Triathalons by Bennett, which is a monster romance. Right now, I am in my monster romance era and I'm trying to figure out what my likes and dislikes. But either way it goes, Ashley has not missed. So she's got Mantras and Manticores that's coming up, I think this month or next month. I'm going to be reading that because Ashley does not miss. She is hitting it out of the ballpark every single time. So Tentacles and Triathalons is a romance between Cyrus and Reese. Cyrus is a Kraken and he's probably one of the oldest monsters in the town. And obviously he falls in love with his fated mate, who is Reese. But Reese has absolutely no interest in any monsters. He actually pretty much detests them because of traumatic experience he had in his past. So one of the things I can say about Ashley Bennett is that she not only gives you the spice, because baby, there is spice. There is a lace kink. There is bondage. There's a FaceTime scene, double penetration, whatever you want. Ashley's got the spice for you, but she's also giving you a lot of plots and a lot of interesting topics, right? One of the things that I find so beautiful about her writing is that while we're talking about monsters, we have a way to kind of put it into reality in terms of stereotypes. We talk about, there's a lot of content warnings that Ashley handles with care. So in this, we talk about self-esteem issues. We talk about depression. We talk about childhood trauma. There are so many things that are wrapped up in a storyline, but that also has like those heavier notes. But she also has comedic timing because Fallon, who is a Griffin, I cannot wait till we get his story, but he delivers every time on the comedic relief. Some of the things that I want to make mention of is that it would behoove you to read the series in order, because we get to see Reese and we get to know how, we see his growth over the time from the previous book to this book. His sister, who was the female main character in the first one, which was Muscles and Monsters, we get to see that their relationship grows and how she is the catalyst for kind of getting Reese involved with some of these monsters. I love that you get to see the creativity of Ashley Bennett, because this is a monster romance. And so being that Cyrus is, probably hundreds and hundreds of years old right at this point, it's one of those questions of how is he going to be able to be with Reese, and how is their fated mated situation going to work? And Ashley creatively thinks of the answers to all of those questions, right? She has taken her time and is thoroughly working through the questions and the pitfalls and the skeptical, will this work? And she's making sure to solve that, as well as having a damn good time doing it. I am loving the Novellathon fitness series. Now, on the flip side, there are another book that I read for Novellathon that I wanted to give a try and this is going to be The Friendship Contract by Mia Heintzelman. I've had this book on my Kindle. I got it for free. I love the premise. I wound up DNFing this book probably at 60%. And the reason why I'm mentioning it is because the first 25%, you couldn't have told me it wasn't going to be a 5-star romance. The Friendship Contract is a friends to lovers, kind of a fake dating. It's a Black romance. They are co-workers and they're a partner. There is a little bit of a backstory and plot, and it's all around wedding season, right? Like, this has my trigger points that are hitting, like, ooh, this is going to be a Lisa book. However, the female main character, who is named Allegra started to get on my last nerves. Like, a lot of women, including myself, we have the tendency to like overthink, and we will play by the time you tell us you like us, we're already planning our wedding and our future babies. And we're like, okay, what's going on? She irritated my nerve being in her mental space, because like Damon, who they're coming back from this vacation, from this wedding. He's hungover. He is like pretty much knocking on death doorknob, and she's like, hey, what are we? What is going on? Blah, blah, blah. Girl, if you don't let this man die in peace and wait till y'all land and he can get some Pedialyte in his system, please chill. Like I said, the first 25% was great. Even the things that she tried to hold off on and get us interested in, there was a plot line where her ex-boyfriend had broke up with her, and he had planted someone in the... Another thing. We had this buildup of the romance between Allegra and Damon and their relationship. They've been friends for 10 years. Both have been mutually pining for one another. So the built up, tension and interest was there, right? The most mediocre sex scene I have ever read. Not even a fade to black, just mediocre. Like, I wanted so much more for this book, and I tried to hold off because there was a storyline related to Damon and his history that I thought that I could hold on to and just wanted to see how it played out. But even those secrets being kept was not enough for me to stay with this book. The next book I read, and the final book that we'll be talking about today, is going to be 22324, and I think it's Assa S. Sin, and that is by Shirra Lynn. This book was something I just wanted to pick up on the whim. I saw it on Hoopla. It was an audiobook. I had never read Shirra Lynn before. I was like, okay, let me give it a try. It took me by surprise. First and foremost, it is a graphic audiobook. It's like 2 hours and 34 minutes of a doggone good time. It has disability rep, so the main male character is on the spectrum. It is an assassin romance, so Assa is a undercover spy agent, and she has given the notice that the main character, Henry is her target, right? So she's got the message to take out Henry. She's never questioned her orders. She goes and she has like this electric vibe from him, and she's very interested, and she figures, okay, let me use that to my advantage to be able to take him out. He asks her on a date, and he tells her, hey, show up looking like this, doing this, because he is very meticulous. And once they had dinner, she could not decide to take him out. And so she decides to go against her orders, and it is their romance. And I'm going to tell you right now, it is not your traditional romance when I say that it does not have a happily ever after or a happy for now. One of the creative writing pieces of it is that the beginning of the book is actually part of the ending of the book. So I thought that that was creative in terms of where we start off in the book and how that plays into the storyline. I did not know that at the time, but I found it very interesting and heartbreaking because, woo, that ending took me by surprise. At the time, I was going to go get my car serviced, and one, I had to make sure that my audiobook did not play in the bay because there are some spicy scenes in here, and I was like, I don't think, no, I'm around all adults, and I don't think the men working on this tire rotation want to hear that. But I read it in such a fast pace that I was sitting waiting for my car to be serviced with a shocked look on my face because of the ending. I'm going to insert a picture right here. This is me being in shock at how it ended, and I don't want to spoil it, but it is a poetic ending, and I'm so just grateful that I stumbled on this book. You should leave me a black heart emoji for 22324, and I'll talk to you all next time. Bye.